Hi, I'm Martin Bamford from Bamford Media, and in this video I'm sharing 7 ideas for post-pandemic property marketing. Coming up in this video, 7 ideas for post-pandemic property marketing. Now, we know the world has changed a great deal in just a few months, but estate agents in England are now back to work. The world has changed, they have to operate within, and that means your marketing has to change. So I come from a background of professional services marketing, particularly digital marketing, and in this video I wanted to share with you 7 ideas for your post-pandemic property marketing, ideas that you can put into action straight away that will make a tangible difference to the results you see when selling properties. So I'm going to start with number 1, and number 1 is to sell the lifestyle. Now, in the main, estate agents are very good at doing this, but what I encourage you to do in this new post-pandemic world is to really think about your ideal client's avatar. Think about the individuals, the family perhaps, who are buying a particular property, and then make sure that your marketing speaks directly to them. Now, you may go a stage further, and you'll see a great deal of success if you do this by staging a property, and particularly the photo shoot for a property, with models who represent that ideal client avatar. So really think about who is likely to be interested in each property, what sort of aspirations they have, what publications they read, what their hobbies are, and then just make sure your marketing and the way you present each property speaks directly to them. Now, we also know that as we come out of the COVID-19 pandemic, something that property buyers will be looking for is a garden and nearby green space or parks that they can access. So make sure you accentuate those features when you market properties. If your property has a garden, make the most of it. Get some fantastic photos. Perhaps encourage the vendor to get a gardener to come in, tidy the place up before you send your photographer around. But really highlight those nearby features that make life more comfortable during a pandemic. We hope there isn't another one, but this current one could go on for some time. People do like their outdoor space. They've really come to value that during this recent crisis. So tip number 1, sell the lifestyle. Tip number 2 is to go virtual. Now, we know that estate agents are allowed back to work. We know that property tours are allowed to resume and viewings can take place now, but with some quite strict social distancing and health and safety guidelines. So instead of putting your vendors through the stress and the hassle of physical viewings on multiple occasions, instead make sure there is a property tour in place that's virtual. And the technology behind this now is absolutely brilliant. 360 cameras which can create 3D virtual property tours. It means that somebody can view any property at any time from the comfort of their living room or their computer at home, wearing their pajamas. They don't need to get dressed and go out and do the property tour. So from a buyer's perspective, it's really powerful. From the vendor's perspective, it's powerful too, because they only have to stage the property once. They have to make it look great on one occasion. And then we come in and we create a virtual tour, and then it looks good in every single virtual tour that takes place. It also helps to weed out the less serious buyers. So the people who have been through the virtual tour and still express a serious interest in the property, certainly take them on and do a physical viewing with them. But I'd say do your virtual tours, make sure every property you have has a virtual tour behind it, and if necessary you can share that virtual tour link with your clients, with your prospective buyers via a Zoom call, and share your screen so you can still walk them through the property, point out the various features, do your normal tour, do your normal viewing with them, but do it remotely, do it in this modern way that's far safer, is far more efficient, and it's just what really people demand these days. My third tip is to ensure that you are omnipresent when it comes to social media. Now, the world has gone digital. That's been a change that's been taking place gradually in recent years, and the recent crisis has really accelerated that change. It served as a catalyst to make sure that much more of what we do now is online. It's digital activity, and one example of that is the move from physical meetings to virtual conference calls like Zoom and other platforms. But in all aspects of our lives, we now rely so heavily on social media to get recommendations, to find things we need, to get the answers to the questions we have. You need to make sure you are everywhere. You're on every social media platform. So firstly, make sure you have your profile set up. But secondly, and probably just as important, make sure you're regularly adding content and engaging in conversations on those platforms. It's nowhere near enough to simply set up a social media platform, profile and then leave it alone for a few months. You have to be posting every week, preferably every day, with relevant content, engaging content, keeping front of mind with your prospective buyers, but also vendors who want to come to the market and use your services. So make sure at a minimum you have a Facebook page, you have a Twitter profile, you have an Instagram profile, and make sure you're adding content to all three of those on a regular basis, preferably daily. Tip number 4 is to make sure you use the Facebook pixel. Now, what is a Facebook pixel? In its simplest format, it's a piece of code that sits on your website and it allows you to track your visitors back to Facebook. So if somebody comes and visits your website, they're not quite ready to take action yet, which is the majority of website visitors. By having the Facebook pixel installed, you can go back onto Facebook and you can show them brand imagery, you can stay front of mind, which is so important, and you can get really specific as well. So if they come and viewed a particular property on your website, you can then make sure you keep showing them that property and similar properties on Facebook. The more times you get your messages in front of them, the more likely they are to take some action and pick up the phone, send you an email and make an inquiry. But having the Facebook pixel on your estate agent website today is absolutely essential. It's free to put on there. You're missing out on an awful lot of business opportunities if you don't have it. On a similar vein to the Facebook pixel, make sure you create a custom audience on Facebook, and that's as simple as adding your email contact list from previous buyers, previous vendors to Facebook, to the business manager, and then having the ability to advertise on Facebook to that previous customer list. You can also then create a lookalike custom audience, and that lets Facebook do the heavy lifting. It means that Facebook tries to match your existing audience, your existing customers, with people who have similar attributes, similar location, demographics, wealth, interests, etc. And you can expand that list then. You might start with a list of 200 or 500 customers. You can start targeting 10,000 or 15,000 relevant prospective customers very, very affordably. The Facebook advertising costs are particularly cheap at the moment because many of the big brands have withdrawn from Facebook advertising. We saw the cost of Facebook ads cut by about 50% at the start of the pandemic, and they're still definitely off their peak. So it's very cost effective, it's very effective because you're speaking to people who have already expressed an interest or to people who have got similar attributes to your existing customers. So Facebook pixel, custom audience and lookalike audiences, please make sure you're doing all three. Tip number 5 is to make sure you shoot smooth video. Now, when the lockdown measures were first announced, I know lots of estate agents went running out there to as many properties as they could with their smartphones to take quick videos and do video tours, and that's fantastic. It was important to capture that as quickly as possible. But please, if you're using your smartphone to create a video tour as opposed to a virtual tour with 3D 360 technology, but if you're using your smartphone to create a video tour, make sure it is smooth. So many of the video tours we've seen in recent weeks and months have given us seasickness. They do not show off your properties in the best possible light, and it's so simple to make a smooth video. Spend £99 and get yourself one of these. This is a DJI Osmo gimbal. It's a 3-axis gimbal. You clip your smartphone into here, you power it up, and you can walk around the property and give a nice smooth tour. So that's the introductory offer. If you're using your smartphone, that's the starter option. If you want to spend a little bit more and you're shooting with a 4K camera like we do when we create video tours, then you need to invest in a proper DJI 3-axis gimbal that can hold a much bigger camera. This is the Ronin SC. This is the one we use. It's a bit of a beast, but it gives silky smooth gliding shots as we walk through properties. Well worth the money spent. And if you don't have the budget, or if you don't want to do that and learn how to use it yourself, you can shoot your own videos and edit your own videos to make them look great, then speak to a company like Bamford Media and we can do those for you on your behalf. Number 6 is to get local. Now, one of the behaviours I believe is going to change as a result of the coronavirus crisis is people's tendency to travel and also their preference to become more a part of their local community. And as an estate agent, you should be the hub of your local community. A few simple ways you can do this. One, which I don't see used very often, but is just such a simple and powerful and effective way of becoming that local community hub, is to create a community hub website. So set up a website which has all of your local news and events and also business directory listings, which are a fantastic excuse for networking with other local professionals, and brand it, subtle branding on the website to make sure you put your brand front and center on every page. So own that local presence, become run the community hub. You can do this in lots of other ways too. You can sponsor local events once they get back up and running. You can run local advertising. But a very, very low cost and a very effective way of doing it is to create a community hub website and just be at the center of everything going on in your local community. And last but not least, tip number 7, and that is to make sure you are accessible. Make sure you're easy to reach. Now, given everything that's been going on the last few months, people don't yet know whether you're in the office or working from home, how to get hold of you. So make sure your office phones are redirected either to your mobile phone or to an answering service for the times you're not there. Make sure that your website has all of your contact details on, and preferably a single point of contact which follows you around. So one phone number that follows you around, one email address. Also on your website, please make sure you have an online contact form so people don't have to find a separate email server to go off and send you email contacts. They can do it straight from the web page. And consider investing in some online chat technology. There's some fantastic software out there. One we particularly like is called Drift, but it lets people talk to you directly from the website page, particularly from the property page they're interested in. So there's no waiting for come back for a contact form. There's no waiting to reply to an email. It's instantaneous. And you can set up those chat agents on your mobile phone so you can answer queries wherever you are, however you want to, but be immediately accessible, be available. People don't like to wait for those responses. So 7 tips there to bring your digital marketing right up to date after this pandemic, or at least during this pandemic we're currently seeing. What do you think? Were any of those useful? Have they sparked some ideas in your own marketing activities? How many of them are you already doing, and which ones are you planning to put in place in the future? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below, or drop me an email, martin@bamfordmedia.co.uk. And if you need help with any of those 7 ideas, please do drop us a line. It's what we do day in, day out for our clients. For estate agents, we offer professional photography, lifestyle photography that really sells the lifestyle of your properties. We offer videography, professionally produced 4K video on that silky smooth gimbal, so there's no more seasickness as your customers are watching your videos. We offer 3D property virtual scans and virtual tours, which are just essential these days. You have to have them. And we also offer content and social media marketing services for all professional advisors, including estate agents. So to find out more, do drop me a line, martin@bamfordmedia.co.uk. Visit our website, bamfordmedia.co.uk, to find out more, or look us up on social media. You'll find us on all the different platforms as well. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it's been useful. Until next time, thank you for watching.